Hi, hello, and welcome simpletons back to the channel. Today's video is going to be about Season 5, what's coming, what'll be on the Battle Pass, and what might be the new theme of Fortnite and the entire map that we play on. It's going to be some wild stuff, and I really hope you guys enjoy this, but before we get too far into it, I want to remind you that we have 2 giveaways going on right now. That is right, 2 giveaways. So, the first one is from our previous video, where if it hits 10,000 views and 1,000 likes, I'm going to be giving away the Fireworks Team Leader skin to one of you guys for free. All you have to do is subscribe and comment on the video, tell me what you're looking forward to in Fortnite, and just let me know that you did it. So, the other giveaway is kind of a constant one where once we hit 50,000 and then 100,000 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away $50 and $100 to you guys just for being subscribers. So I take good care of my people. I make sure you guys get those V-Bucks and you're taken well care of. So you have about 1 million reasons to subscribe. If you haven't done it yet, I'm watching you. Do it right now. Sub to the channel, hit the bell button. We'll be good to go. Also, now that you've subscribed, make sure you stay until the very end of the video. I have a special surprise every video at the end for my subscribers. So if you want to stick around and get something neat, hang out till the end and it will be worth your time. I promise you that. Alrighty, boys and girls. So now let's just talk about what is coming in Season 5. Now you might be wondering, how do I know this? I'm a genius, that's how. No, I'm kidding. So what we're doing is we're basically going to take stock of everything that's come and happened so far, and that's how we're going to know what's coming in Season 5. It's kind of really interesting, so if you guys haven't heard this, I think you're going to like it. There's some really neat stuff on the way for us. So first things first, we're going to talk about what's happened in Fortnite so far, what is going on, and how that leads into what Season 5 is going to be. So first things first, as you all know, people discovered a rocket in Fortnite. Now we weren't sure what it meant, but we discovered that and a new building that was a detective agency pretty early on. Now, when people were data mining, they were able to find some sounds and some textures and things like that that led us to believe that the rocket was going to launch. Now, nobody knew where, nobody knew when, but we had that idea, and lo and behold, look at that. The rocket did, in fact, launch. So we were right on the money with that one, you guys. And that says a lot for this season. And that says a lot for this Season 5 prediction. So, when the rocket launched, we saw it go through these little portals and stuff, and we want to go through the giant crack in the sky, and the crack in the sky stayed there. Not only that, but the crack has gotten bigger since the rocket launch. Now, I'm not sure how up to date the Fortnite stuff you are, but the crack has been growing. Now, not only that, but we've also seen these small portals, cracks, rifts, whatever you want to call them, across the map, literally eating parts of Fortnite. The Nom sign is gone, the motel sign is gone, the Lonely Lodge sign has been eaten. What is going on? Why is this happening? What is causing these portals to show up and start completely consuming the entire map of Fortnite? Now, nobody's really sure on this yet, but I'm almost positive that my prediction here, what I'm telling you guys today, this is going to be what comes out in Season 5 and what completely finishes this entire thing with the rocket and all this new detective stuff. So if you recall in a previous video of mine, I mentioned the detective agency, but I kind of glossed over it, didn't talk about it because it wasn't important at the time. That has now changed. You know, we've seen these detective skins come out. We've seen the magnifying glass destruction tool, and we've also seen the old-timey car glider. But more importantly than that, we've seen the drum gun, which is probably one of the most epic things to come out in epic games is Fortnite. Good jokes. But the drum gun is kind of the key to all this and a big reason for why I know this is happening in Season 5. So let's think about it this way, right? We've seen all this stuff happen. Now, the last time we saw something similar to this happen, it was the Big Heroes event when the crack rocks showed up, the Dusty Divot, that whole thing. The beginning of Season 4, essentially. Now, all these new skins, the new gliders, the new pickaxes, all that was accompanied by the story of the whole Dusty Divot event, right? Think of it this way. We've seen the rocket launch, we've seen the detective agency, we've seen the skins, we've seen the destruction tool and the glider, all for the detective theme. And then we also saw Epic Games make a new gun specifically themed to that 1900s detective theme. It's all centered around that, right? But what's weird about it is there has yet to be any context. There's no explanation for it, which is why I'm sure this is going to be Season 5's theme, because there's no context. They've just added it in. They haven't explained it. They haven't done a story with it. So there's got to be something coming to make sense of all that. So here's basically the overarching idea of what is happening here. We saw the Leviathan skin. He comes with a backpack and a destruction tool. That came out when the Dusty Divot event happened, once again with little context. Now, I think he is somehow related to the villain, and then they work together for the rocket, and what I think, now this is gonna blow your mind, guys, you're not ready for this. I think they're sending FORTNITE back in time. Now, you're probably sitting here thinking, I'm crazy. Why would they be putting FORTNITE back in time? But I have a crucial piece of evidence that you probably haven't heard about. So if we take stock of all this and we take note of the fact that we saw the detective agency pop up once again out of nowhere, no context, no story, it just showed up with the rocket stuff, and then we saw the whole rocket event happen. We saw it make the big crack in the sky. We saw it teleporting, and that's important. We saw them teleporting, which is very closely linked to time travel. Those two kind of go hand in hand because in a way teleporting is just bending space and time, which is exactly what time travel is. Now keep that in mind as we proceed here. So we saw the teleporting technology right when we saw the detective agency pop up. They're probably investigating that. Now right when the rocket launch happened and we saw all these cracks and then the rifts happened and eating up the map, bending space-time once again, just like the rocket ship did. We see the detective skins come out. We see the old-timey car glider. We see the magnifying glass destruction tool. We start to see the detective elements pop up as things are getting weirder, as time and space are bending after the rocket launch. Now you might be wondering, where does the time travel come into this? Where is the crucial piece of evidence that I haven't shared just yet? Well, what you guys might not know is through more data mining, people have found items for the world, not stuff that you hold or use, but things like a table or a chair that are old-timey themed, things that don't fit in the modern day Fortnite setting. Now the reason that is so telling is because once again, it goes with the 1900s detective gear, the old car, which is clearly an old car. It's not like a new one. And then also the magnifying glass, which people also don't really use as much anymore, accompanied by all the, the 1900s style clothes they have. So this all points to back in time. Now you might be wondering, why would they want to send anyone back in time? Well, think about it this way. When the Leviathan showed up with the Dusty Divot and the heroes came out, the Leviathan is an alien. It's a little fish in a bowl on a body. And then the heroes showed up when he showed up. Now, here's what I'm thinking. The Leviathan and this villain decided they had to send FORTNITE back in time because these heroes that showed up eventually probably defeat them. So what they did is they developed time travel to come back before they can be defeated, and then completely send everyone back in time so they can rule the world. Now, how do you think that makes sense, you might be asking me? Well, think about it this way. The single player campaign is called Save the World. It seems to be maybe post-apocalyptic with zombies, right? Now, wouldn't it make sense if the villains saw the good guys, the heroes of Fortnite, getting too powerful, maybe with the crack rocks, you never know. They saw them getting too powerful and they decided to send everything back in time so they can then manipulate the world, start a zombie apocalypse, and therefore they are in control. They send everyone back to the early 1900s where they no longer have their technology, so the bad guys can dominate the world, in which case you, in the single player campaign, have to then, save the world. Do you guys think this makes sense? I think it makes great sense. This all adds up in so many ways that are just completely undeniable, and all of this evidence points in the same direction. Hopefully you guys liked this. Hopefully this was of use to you. I'm excited to see this come out in season 5 if it does. I'm really anticipating all of this stuff. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching and have a good one. Hey, welcome to the end of the video. You are one of the special, awesome people who has gotten all the way to the end. Now, the fun surprise is if you have subbed to our channel and followed our Twitter, then I will make sure to sub to you or follow you back on Twitter. Thank you so much for supporting us, and we will see you in the next video, guys. Peace out.